Hi everyone, my name is Amanda and welcome to my channel. So I recently got into medical school here in Copenhagen, and I would just really like to show you how I'm going to go about planning my time and taking notes for my studies. So the course plan for one of my courses this year estimates about 500 hours of study time. That is outside of lectures and study groups. So in order for me to get through this, I will have to plan my time meticulously and get some structure into my life. I feel like the past 6 months have been a haze and I have had no structure whatsoever. So it's gonna take a lot for me to get back into it and actually get stuff done. So I thought I would show you my bullet journal layouts, if I can even call it that anymore. My journal layouts for this year, how I'm going to be structuring my semester plan, and my monthly and weekly overviews. Then I want to show you how and where I take my notes, and just keep in mind that I haven't actually done this for 2 years now, and I am way out of practice. So I am just getting back into it, and hopefully it's going to work out just fine. But I'm just so excited to start learning again, and if this video can help any other students like myself, then I would love to make more of them. But for now, I'm going to show you how I go about my first semester at med school. To start with, I want to show you how I will be organizing my time this semester. The very first spread is a complete semester overview where one square corresponds to 1 week. Then I have a horizontal row per course I've signed up for, so I can fill in what's going on every week for each of the courses. Right now I know the schedule for 2 of my courses, and the last one I can fill in later. I have almost 2 weeks blocked out for a vacation during Christmas, which is probably optimistic, and finally exams in January. On the opposite page, I have a few different lists. First, the books I will be using this semester, and then a box for my exam dates. Once I get those, I like to have very important dates like these very easy to find. Then at the bottom, I chose to make space for a list of the things that give me energy. While it's very easy to get caught up in the student life and dedicate every waking moment to your studies, I think it's super important to have a life outside of school and make time for things that give you more energy so you can become a better student in the end. There's absolutely no point in getting burnt out from the start because you never have time to see your friends or knit a sweater. I made a few different categories, including physical, creative, social, and relaxing activities. This was actually something my university recommended I do, and I really like the idea. They also told us to block off time during the week to do these things, which I think may be a really good idea. That way you don't need to feel guilty about not studying 24/7. This next spread is my monthly overview. And this looks just like the ones I usually do because it just works really well for me. The squares in this calendar only have space for 1 to 2 notes per day, so I mostly use this for larger events and personal plans. Oh, and the pen I'm using is a .25 high-tech Pilot pen, which is super thin but still gives really nice, clean lines in my opinion. My dark gold accents are made with a Tombow dual brush pen, and normally I would spend 2 days planning and sketching artwork for a bullet journal video like this. But I've come to the realization that I simply don't use it enough to justify the amount of time spent preparing the spreads. So this one is definitely functional first. I'm going to be using a few pastel colored highlighters to mark different categories in my monthly and weekly spreads. This way I can get a feel of my schedule just at a glance. On the next page I am doing my weekly spread, and I split both pages into 3 columns from Monday through Saturday. I've decided to try not to work or study on Sundays just to give myself 1 day off. I write the weekday and date at the top of each column and the hours of the day vertically down the side on both pages. Where I would normally just have a to-do list for each day, I want to plan my days by the hour. This teal color represents my classes and lectures at the school, which is surprisingly not that many. Then I'm using a pale blue color for study time, and hopefully I can get into the rhythm of going to the study halls at my school and not studying at home. I like to get up relatively early and start the day off productively, so I'm filling in a bunch of hours in the mornings, especially before classes. This pink highlighter represents free time, and I'm not going to be super rigid about it, and if I really want to sleep in one day, I'll probably do it regardless if my schedule says studying. But it's nice to have a ballpark idea of what my week should look like. And yeah, that was it for my planner. Not an aesthetic masterpiece by any means, but I think it will get the job done and hopefully help me plan my time optimally. Next up is a short explanation of how I will be taking notes and actually reading. I've decided to take notes on my computer. That way they are backed up automatically, and in general I like having the freedom to move stuff around and not have to take an eraser to a piece of paper. I'm using a program called OneNote by Microsoft, which I've used since high school. It's super easy to paste pictures and write chemical formulas, so for now this is great for my purpose. I also bought a notebook where I can draw diagrams and pictures of the things I'm reading about. This is totally not necessary, but I love drawing and I like having the chance to get some of the material down on paper as well. I actually think I remember things a lot better after having drawn them, opposed to just looking at them for a few seconds in between paragraphs. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's very different from my usual content with thrifting and sewing and knitting, etc. But I really enjoyed filming this, and if it was in any way useful to you, then please leave a comment down below and maybe I can make more like it. If you want to see more creative content and projects, you can follow me at my Instagram, where I post a little bit more frequently, and otherwise I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Friends and strangers.